What up, OGs? We are here, episode 104, and of course, I am with my brother, Joey Allen.
Yo. What's up?
Dude, how you doing?
I'm feeling good. We had a great start to our morning, early morning surf session.
That was fun. And it's always good. Like, lately we've been surfing pretty much every single weekend, so it's a great start to the morning anyway, but we actually had waves today.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to whatever hurricane is out there in the ocean right now, because it is sending some dreamers.
No, it was fun, dude. There were some peelers this morning. We were in the water by 6:30, which it was like sun was just coming up. Shout out Scotty boy.
Shout out Scotty.
Always the man, dude. And he was out there crushing it as well. One thing I did want to say though, shout out Luke, because he did some shit today that I've never really seen in the water before.
I've heard stories.
I've
never seen it.
So we were out there about 2.5 hours. I mean, total we were out there over 3 hours, but we were out there for about like two hours, maybe 2.5 hours. And he makes a comment that, he had to take a shit.
He's got a shit.
Shout out to the boy.
And
bowels are working.
Me and Nick, we're just going to say, I was like, you're in the biggest toilet in the world. And then there's kind of like a moment of silence, and then he just starts paddling away, but not towards the shore. And me and Nick, we're like, look at each other. You're like, that was a joke.
No, yeah,
we were kind of just playing.
Bro, that was back there. That was a total
joke. We didn't mean that.
Yeah.
We've never done this.
Yes.
And then he just keeps paddling away and going, not to the shore. And
as he's getting farther away, he'd like stop and like turn around towards us. I'm like, keep it going, brother.
Farther.
I just kept telling him, I was like, don't be in range, and he's finally like, 3-4 blocks down the beach.
Yeah, we barely see him.
I'm like, you're good. And he, I guess, made it happen. I didn't go and check to make sure, but he seemed like he made it happen. And
he looked lighter when he got back.
Shout out to the boy.
Yeah. So if you've ever done that, you're crazy.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's like really like true foul play. Like, is the ocean the world's biggest toilet? I know I've never used it for that before, but
isn't it like illegal to dump waste in the ocean? Like have like a
I think that's okay. Yeah. What's it? Yeah. It is. Okay, don't do it. But it is always funny whenever something happens like that, like while during the surf session. It's new.
It's new.
It's definitely new.
New experiences build better people.
Yeah. No, that was just an interesting thing that happened this morning. And I asked him as soon as he did it, I was like,
can we talk about that?
I was like, can we talk about this on the pod? And he was like, yeah, fuck it. And I was like, all right, whatever. We won't say your last name. Let's jump into the win of the week.
Let's do it.
Let's get this shit happening. So, win of the week, episode 104, going down right now. Start us off.
You want me to go first? Okay. I was thinking long and hard about this one. I wasn't going to say it, but I'm going to do it. My win of the week is pumpkin pie spice creamer.
Oh my God.
And I hate to be that guy,
Not the pumpkin spice. Not the
but, it's getting to be that time of the year, and they have that shit on the shelf.
It's not getting to be that time. Okay, it's
we're close.
It's 125 degrees outside right
102.
now.
102. It went down. It's gone down a little bit. But no, there's some creamer on the shelf, pumpkin pie spice latte, whatever bullshit, and that shit's good.
Hey, if they want to sponsor this podcast, shout out pumpkin spice latte.
I like it.
No, I'm not a big like coffee or latte drinker, so I can't relate with you on that one. But
that's fine. It's my win of the week.
In fact, and I'm sure there is a ton of listeners that can relate with you.
White girls.
Yeah. All the women that watch this podcast are like, let's fucking go. They're like,
this is for you guys.
No, good win of the week, brother. My win of the week, honestly, it was a super chill week, so it kind of took me a minute to think about it. But my win of the week is Forrest Bump. So if anyone was watching episode 101, first episode of this season, we had a clip that our guest said it was... I guess we were just talking about like favorite people that go to festivals or something like that. And he brought up this guy that goes to every festival and runs named Forrest Bump. And you have a part in that clip where you're kind of saying like, oh, so he bumps into everything. And we're both just like, no, I don't think so. And no, but shout out to him. I ended up like doing more research on Forrest Bump, and I made the clip and had a couple pictures of him. He actually went to a festival and they got him a treadmill so that he didn't have to just keep running around in circles like around the festival. He could just run in place. And
he's dressed as Forrest Gump.
Yeah, he's dressed just like Forrest Gump, but he has like a ton, like way more hair, obviously. Yeah. Like the beard, everything goes like he looks like the name. Yeah. He matches it very well. But no, he's been featured on very fast guy. He's been featured on like this huge golf like platform, like Scratch or something like that, where I guess he ran he did the Forrest Bump thing at TPC.
No way.
Which is for the people that aren't in Jacksonville, it's like a huge golf tournament, the Players Championship, that takes place like right down the street. Yeah. And no, shout out to him. That clip got 800 plus views. Right now, I just checked
800K plus views.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah,
800,
way over 800, 800,000 views. Last time I checked, it was at 820,000. So shout out to
probably
Forrest
gonna
Bump.
hit a milli.
It was just kind of cool because like it has been a minute. It was funny, like our last season, our first episode of the season had a clip that got 750,000, and so this one, the fact that it just went more than that, it was kind of like a little win for the boys. I was like, and we've been having some clips, like we've had some that have gotten like over 100,000 or 200,000 or whatever, but to have one kind of get close to 1 million, hopefully
we need that M.
We need that M.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like whenever we go to record our next episode for this upcoming week, or 2 weeks from now, I guess it would be, because this one's going to be dropping this week. But whenever we go to record that episode, hopefully we check back in with you guys and we're at 1 million.
We'll have that 1 million.
Yeah, so that's my win of the week. It's simple. It was fun.
It's good.
Another thing that I wanted to mention, I don't know if you wanted to get into it this season. I really want to try. Okay. And you've played a season of fantasy football now, so I think you're a little bit more like in tune with the players and stuff like that. For me, I don't think I'd ever do this in any other sport but football. Yeah. But sports betting.
Sports betting.
How do you feel about that?
I've never done it. I mean, I've never even really looked into it because I don't like betting my money.
Yeah.
You know, but
facts.
I've seen a lot of people like just put in these random ass bets and just make bank.
I know a guy that I work with, and he does these parlays. It'll be like a six player parlay or whatever. Because with Prize Picks or whatever platform you're using, I think most of them do it where it's like you draft players. Or not draft, but like you select players for that week, and like they have an over or under of what you think they're going to do. And I just remember playing fantasy last year, and I was almost like you could predict like some of the scores that your team was going to have based off their opponent and stuff. And I was like, it would be really dope if me and you just kind of created like an OGSP like account or whatever, or me and you each just put like, I think they match up to $100 like on your first bet or something. So
it would be $100.
That's what I'm saying. It would be pretty dope if we started off with like a little bit of money in there and then checked in at the end of the NFL season and see if we made any money. I don't know if you guys would be interested in that, and y'all think that'd be something that would be just kind of like cool to see like two guys that really have never sports betted before.
Sports betting updates every week.
Because I know for me, I'm always so curious. Like I want to see somebody like start from the beginning. Like did they take a lot of L's up front and now they kind of like know how to do it?
Have to learn it.
Exactly. Yeah. And no, I think it'd be a really cool opportunity. And obviously like betting's betting. Like there's obviously high risk.
And we could have somebody sponsor this.
Oh my God.
Red Bull?
Red Bull.
Nike?
Hey, hold on. Prize Picks? That would be dope. I see cool. A lot. They definitely, Prize Picks definitely sponsors some podcasts. Yeah. So Prize Picks, if anyone from that camp is listening to this,
check your email.
Check your email. We're going to be in your emails by the time this episode drops. No, but I just wanted to throw that out there. If you guys would be interested in that, drop a comment. Let us know. I know I'm already threw the idea out to some of the boys, and they were like, oh, yeah, brother.
Yeah.
So we could definitely make that shit happen if that's what the audience wants. But no, I don't want to take too much time on this intro. Such a great episode today, man. Shout out to you. Good questions.
Appreciate you,
And
brother.
It's so funny. Like me and you are so, like the music industry, we have talked to so many people at this point. I feel like sometimes I kind of know a lot about it, but it's so foreign to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like being a music artist, or especially like a rapper or anything. And just the fact that today's guest had so much knowledge, so much free game, the best
of the background stuff. Not even like what you see. It's like everything that happens in the back.
For sure. And I think that just a lot of the points that he made are something that not just artists, but entrepreneurs and just people going about their day-to-day life can take into consideration, bro. Also, best one-liners of any guest we've ever had.
I was just about to say, make sure you have your notepad out because this guy has one-liners for days.
Yeah, he could have like his own quotes page on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like you always see like the videos and it's a very dramatic video and then just a really good quote.
Yeah.
This man could do that. Maybe for the social clips for this episode, we'd have
just do a compilation of like bang, bang.
Yeah, no, seriously. Or we just use his like voiceover, and it's like like someone running through the snowy mountains or something like that. You know what I mean? Like a drone shot. Yeah. No, but also just huge shout out to him for coming on the podcast, man. He's someone that's just a dog in this community. Someone that's really one of the people that are pushing Jacksonville to be like the next like hub for rap music and things like that. So no, hope you guys enjoy this episode, man. Let's jump right into it.
Let's do it.
What up, OGs? We are here, episode 104 going down. Of course, I'm here with my brother, Joey Allen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. Excited for this episode.
Very excited for today's episode, man. I've been talking to this guy for a minute now, trying to get him on the show. Super excited that we could finally make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the CEO of SOB Music Group, Yuall The Plugg.
That's the word.
Dude, pleasure to have you on the show, man.
Appreciate you guys, man.
How you feeling?
All is well. All is well, bro.
So many things I want to jump into with this one. You are a man of many facets.
Yes, sir.
So for the people that have never heard of you before,
Okay.
which I'm sure if it's in the Jacksonville community, that's very few people.
Right.
But give us a brief rundown on what you do.
Well, first, like you said, my name is Yuall The Plugg, and I'm the plug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in music, though. You know, a lot of people get that misconstrued.
Yeah.
But I'm the plug in the music, man, and I'm the guy who attempts to just connect the music industry to the city.
I love that.
And connect the city to the music industry.
And how do you go about doing that? Like, how do you connect them?
So, I mean, I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
So, really just utilizing my resources.
So you got the connections. You just make them happen.
I'm the plug.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, what's the plug without the, extension cord?
Yeah.
I love it, man. 100%.
So I really just kind of plug in the artists and just the music scene and the culture here as a whole into the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see, like, just from doing our research on today's episode, man, you've worked with so many artists that people have heard of, like, not just big artists from the city, but big artists from everywhere,
Yeah,
man.
man. So, I mean, that's really how I'm able to maneuver because I know people in other markets. I know people in the industry that's at higher levels, and I utilize, my resources and my relationships to bring it back to the city and try to put the right people in position.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Connecting the dots.
And CEO of SOB Music Group.
Yes, sir.
What does SOB stand for?
Standing on business.
That's
Standing
crazy.
on business,
We were talking
baby.
about this earlier. The first thing I think of is son of a bitch. Yeah. I swear.
Most people of the other culture do that all the time. I go somewhere and, older Caucasian woman to be like, hey, what does your necklace say? Son of a bitch? And I'm like, no, standing on business. We're not cursing over here.
I love it, man.
That's good.
But it's definitely a motto to what we're doing with our company, And big shout out to my partner, my business partner, Dave.
Okay.
What made you guys want to start SOB?
So really the story would be like me and him already working together and doing so many things together. One day he just hit me and he was like, when you going to stop playing, bro? When are we going to do something like start a company together? Because every project you're working on, you're calling me. Every project I'm working on, I'm calling you. Mm-hmm. So we might as well combine our forces together and create something. And my brother, who's incarcerated, he's actually the one who gave us the name.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Free Woody, man, got to say that. But
For him.
He's the one who was just like, man, y'all out there standing on business. And then when me and Dave was trying to figure out what we were going to name the company, I talked to him that morning and I was like, bro, I got the perfect name.
Yeah.
I was like, SOB. And he was like, what you mean? I was like, standing on business.
Yeah.
And we went crazy.
And it looks good too.
Mind you, this
Yeah.
is back in 2022, so way before it got like super
Oh,
trendy.
wow. I was going to ask that because it's like nowadays you hear everyone saying stand on business. People are making songs about it. You've got comedians talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, one of our downfalls throughout our whole career has been us being before our time. So this is just another testament to that, to be honest.
I love that, bro. I think it's really cool too how you guys, like, you had already done so much in the music scene and been like around the music community, and then you started the label.
Correct.
I feel like a lot of people sometimes they just want to start the label. They don't really have like a lot of experience in doing it. Obviously, the big labels, like, they're doing something right for sure. But you see like labels will start up all the time, and it'll be just like a dude. Maybe it's just like a solo rapper or something like that. And he hasn't even made it yet himself. He's still trying to figure out his lane. And he goes and starts a label. And there's so much that goes into it, I feel like.
Man,
you know what I mean?
So much, bro. The reason that it took me so long to really even accept like the managing role and the label CEO role is really because knowledge is the true power. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I didn't have enough power. So it was like
I like that. I like that a
the
lot.
perception of what people looked at me like they've been saying, bro, you should manage me or manage my cousin, and I was just like, nah, man, I'm still getting booked myself to do certain things.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why would I, take that role and that responsibility on managing someone else when I'm not ready? Because really, I wasn't in the power. Like I didn't have enough power.
And enough, enough knowledge.
Yeah,
and you just keep learning, you keep growing.
Exactly.
I like that. So you make music yourself?
I used to.
Okay,
That's how I
gotcha.
started.
Gotcha. So that's even better. Then you really know like what it takes to be a successful artist. And
I mean, I feel like you can't teach somebody how to do something if you don't know how to do it yourself.
Exactly.
Facts.
You know, especially at a professional level.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, I like that a lot.
What do you say your goals are, and like what's the purpose for SOB Music Group?
Really to be able to have a company that's doing it the right way. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys hear, a lot of like horror stories about the music industry.
Like what?
Oh, dude.
I mean, I like you talk like labels and stuff messing up
really
the
just
artists.
kind of taking advantage.
Yeah,
because the artist doesn't have knowledge.
True.
And certain artists, man, I feel like they get signed to a label before they have that like big hit.
Yeah.
And so they're in this contract with a label where the label's really just eating up all the money that they're making from this huge song, even though they signed them whenever they were kind of a smaller artist.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've heard about that. Like that happened to, I think, like Megan Thee Stallion.
Yep.
Some other like big rappers that we've heard of. Like, I mean, it happens all the time, I feel like. And
I mean, that's because, you know, it's becoming a little more popular to be able to research. But at one point in time, like, you can't go open a book and learn all the ins and outs about the music business. But now you can, thanks to like the internet,
right?
Things like this, podcasting.
Do you think it's crucial to have a manager?
At some point, a lot of people hit me up to manage them before they're ready to even be managed.
Before they got the motion.
Because it's like, what am I managing?
Right.
You can really handle the phone calls. You can take the DMs yourself.
Facts.
So I always tell people or encourage artists, like, don't get a manager until you're unable to handle the business yourself.
Right.
I like that.
Until then, you should be doing your research. You should be reading. You should be watching podcasts. You should be trying to figure out exactly what you want for your career.
But if they have a manager from the jump, couldn't the manager like help them grow faster?
Not really, because it's all about your work ethic.
Yeah, true.
My job as a manager is to advise you and guide you to do the right thing.
Okay.
But if you don't even know what you want to do, then you're making my job harder.
Got you.
So if that's the case, this is a business. So I should get more if I start from the beginning and have to really like create your whole entity from day one until we make it.
And now we're getting into like branding and things like that. I mean, it's like that person hasn't even figured out their sound yet sometimes. And so I like that a lot, man, because it's a manager. You know what I mean? You should be managing the motion that they already have.
It's like this. Perfect example. Let's take music out of the thing. Mm-hmm. If you want to start a Chick-fil-A, you're creating this restaurant. Like, you're going to franchise it. You're going to create it. Are you going to hire a manager before you get the building?
Facts.
True.
That's facts. I like that a lot.
Still got to build the building.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you do hire me before you build the building and I come in to help you build, now I'm a partner. I'm not a manager.
True.
I like that. That's very true, bro. Because I feel like a lot of people don't have like that structure yet.
Facts.
Where it's like you kind of have to form like your own routine with whatever kind of grind you have. Like me and you've talked about this before with this podcast. Mm-hmm. It's like we see there's certain podcasts that will get signed to like a podcasting network. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? In whether it's Barstool or any of these other ones that we listen to. And they've already done like 200 episodes,
right?
But before they even get signed, unless it's like a celebrity starting a podcast or something. But when it's like one of these like from the ground up podcasts, like what we're starting, it's very, you have to like kind of get your routine down and know like what you're going to talk about, what you're going to kind of like present to the audience. Thanks. And once you join a network, it's like they're not there to fucking teach you how to podcast or teach you how to like bust your ass and do certain things, I like that a lot.
So that's why I provide these services like with artist development, because I'm not here to manage you. I'm here to help you develop. Mm-hmm. And that's something where they really kind of took that out the music game, the development stages. That used to be that used to be like a department in the label.
Yeah.
Like artist development had its own department, but that's not really a thing now because of the internet.
I see.
So now when they sign you, they expect you to already be developed.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the time and the energy to try to build you up as an artist or turning you from a rapper or a singer into an artist. Mm-hmm. So now once you get signed, like they're throwing you out there. You're going to be on the big podcast. You're going to be in the big radio stations.
Facts.
You don't even have media training.
I see exactly what you're saying.
Do you think it's harder or easier for an artist to blow up like now rather than back in the day?
Definitely easier because it's a thing called ads, and that can help you touch the mass of people a lot quicker than you getting it out the trunk.
Yeah,
selling CDs, driving city to city.
Social media.
So now I don't even have to go to Chicago. I can just put an ad right there in the middle, put $5,000 on it, and everybody who's
And nowadays you can even like control the audience that it goes in front of.
exactly.
You know, you can set
Everybody who
everything.
likes sky blue pants,
Right, yeah.
Atlanta Braves hats.
Yeah.
I can target them.
Yeah.
So it makes it a lot easier.
True.
That's
now,
a good point.
Now I have to just figure out my audience, and the computer will help me, find them.
And for us, it's like some of these listening platforms already kind of tell us what our audience is.
Exactly.
And so we kind of know already who to target, whether we go to a new city or do whatever. I know we ran a couple ads whenever we went to Nashville, just to kind of promote some of the stuff we had going on in that area when we were there. And I mean, it worked to perfection. You know what I mean? Because we already kind of knew who we were marketing towards.
Well, that's the analytics.
Yeah, facts.
The analytics is in the system, in the data system. And once you put in, OG Session Podcast, like, boom.
Pops up.
We know exactly who else listens to you. And then once they click off of your podcast, what's the next podcast they're going to?
Facts.
So now you're similar to Barstool, or you're similar to No Jumper.
Yep.
So it's a embedded system that has been created to help.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a bad thing, but it definitely takes off like the groundwork,
For sure.
the face-to-face encounters. I miss those type of things.
No, for sure. Because I feel like back then it also took so much more hustle. You know what I mean? Like anyone can sit on their phone and, make up an ad or do something, create a flyer, whatever you have to do and just push it out to the masses. But like what you're saying, bro, having to drive city to city and pull CDs out the trunk. That takes a different type of dog,
So then that gives you a different type of quality of music.
Facts.
So that's why it's so like washed up right now. That's why the rap game is just like
How do you fix that?
microwavable. It's elevation. So, through time, things change.
Yeah,
I don't think
for
it's
sure.
something to fix. I just think we're used to, depends on what age group you're in. You may be used to doing things one way. You either got to catch up or be mustard.
Yeah, I like that. And it's cool too because, like one thing it does also add is a lot more people like able to get into this kind of lane or to get into this kind of career path
Yeah,
because
for sure.
it's so easy. You just have to have a cell phone and you can really promote anything. And I think that's also going to create obviously it's going to make more people, there's going to be a bigger catalog of people that you can listen to that make music, but it's still going to be the same percentage of people who are like actually built for this shit and people that, are just run through the motions.
It's a lot more one hitter quitters now.
For sure.
And that's simply because, I think research shows maybe like 70 to 80,000 songs drop per day.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So look at your competition.
Bro, that's insane.
Yeah, so that takes the mind, like nobody can really stay focused.
That brings me back to asking why do you think it's harder to blow up now? Is because it's so oversaturated now because of social
it's
media.
easier to blow up now.
I know, but there's so many every day 80,000 songs on TikTok,
Okay,
Instagram.
true.
There's so many, so
Our
much
attention
music.
span moves quicker, so
Yeah.
it's harder to get a fan base. It's easy to blow up.
Right? Yeah.
You don't have to be huge
Yeah,
to be blown up.
you can get that one clip.
You could get one clip.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way TikTok works, you get one bar.
For
You
real.
don't even know who the artist is,
Right, yeah.
but you know that one bar.
They just said something cool. It sounded good. They posted it.
And they make a dance and boom.
Yeah.
And they can monetize that. So they're good. They're feeding their family. They're changing their situation. But
Off of one bar.
the regular civilian or the person in a country town might not even know who they are.
Yeah, true.
So it's a weird day and age. But
Funny world we're living in.
It's cool too. I guess just interesting how, some people can have 100,000 followers on TikTok or on any social media platform, but then they can't sell out a live show.
Yeah.
Because people don't actually want to go and see that artist perform live. They just really like this clip or this one part of this song.
It's easy to look at them on the phone. They're not going to get out the house and go.
it's just about building a real cult following.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that goes back to developing. Because if you don't know how to resonate with your audience, then you're going to lose them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you look for whenever you're, about to sign an artist or you're, about to help manage or develop an artist? What are some things you kind of look for in that artist?
The first thing I look to see if it's in them or on them.
What you mean?
Ooh.
If it's in you, it ain't shit I can do to even stop what you got coming.
Yeah.
If it's on you,
You're just looking the part. Is basically, yeah.
Okay.
It's deeper than rap when it's on you.
Yeah.
You know, but when it's in you, I can tell, like, bro, this is what you want. Like, nothing's gonna stop you.
Have you ever came across an artist that maybe hasn't really put like that much effort into the game, but you know they just have like a God-given talent?
Yeah, I mean, the first artist I ever like really was a part of the journey of watching it go from ground zero to multi-platinum. That was our situation, YK Osiris.
Oh, YK Osiris.
Like, the work really wasn't embedded in the situation because he went viral.
Yeah.
So he had to work even harder after the viralness because now it's like, damn, only got like 3 songs.
Yeah.
That's
find something else that hits.
And the second song I ever did, the world loves it.
Yeah.
I remember when he dropped that. I remember the exact clip. He was like in the studio or something.
I was recording the video.
No way.
Come on, man.
That was me recording it on the phone.
That's insane. Because I remember I definitely was in high school at that time.
Oh yeah.
And I remember
that shit with my
I would
girl.
just sit there and play the clip. You know what I mean? Because I mean he hadn't released the song or anything yet.
I got my mind on the money. What you doing?
Yes.
I'm getting paper, young nigga. I'm pursuing.
Yeah.
That is crazy. That's a crazy
That's wild.
flashback.
Yeah.
That's cool. And now look at YK Osiris. You know,
6-time platinum.
insane.
It's good.
I mean, a household name. The world.
Was there a temptation to get him on SOB?
So I mean, he's like embedded. It's like
He's locked in.
It's like when you get a price when a company first starts, and then like 10 years later, it's like a multi-million-dollar company. Like, nah, he got the granddaddy price. Like,
Yeah.
nah, I mean,
For sure.
that's little bro. You know, no matter if I was doing music or not.
You still work with him?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. He'll probably call while we're doing this shit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
If
awesome.
he does, tell him I said what's up.
But we just dropped a project, so dear fans, you know, just kind of giving back because, like I said, it's been harder for him because, like, he started at the top,
Yeah.
you know, so it's almost like he has to work backwards.
Do you think there was a downfall for him?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, 18 getting millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You know, like
He had
that'd
some
be a
social
downfall.
media hate too for a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, because all of those things were new. Like
Yeah.
when he first popped off, like 2018, like social media wasn't the same.
Yeah.
2022, 23.
I remember some of his live shows were crazy, bro.
Yeah,
like those
for
clips.
sure.
I mean, granted, like hate on it, do whatever you want to say, whatever you want to say, but those clips are going viral.
One
You
thing
know what I mean?
about it,
So
he has a real fan base.
for
Yeah.
sure,
You know, it's people that really love him out here, and he's had to adapt to this journey, you know. But that's just like anybody else. Like, I mean, he was a kid when he got in the
Right,
game,
yeah.
so what else do people expect?
Yeah.
But you know, that's something that we both learned from because I wasn't a super professional at the beginning either. You know, I had to learn myself. So
for sure.
it's something that he's helped me grow with, and I've helped him grow as well.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, so I think it's been a dope process, and the journey is still going. You know, it's not like he's given up or stopped. So we're still releasing music and still pushing.
Do you think the key for a lot of your growth and knowledge is through trial and tribulation, like just
sure.
doing it? Because
that is the key and the lock.
yeah, for 100%. I like that. It's so true because I mean I know that's really the only approach that we take with this
We've
podcast.
had our trials and tribulations.
Yes, we have.
I mean, that goes back to like just everyday life.
Yeah.
I mean, spirituality will tell you trials and tribulations is how you gonna grow spiritually. So
Because you mentioned earlier how it's like the internet, everything's on there and like the knowledge is available for you. But I feel like even if you go on there and you listen to a YouTube video of someone telling you how to do something, until you do it yourself, you're not going to know, like, okay, why do I do it that way? Or why am I
mean,
supposed
because
to?
everybody may not know.
Facts.
Some people are out here providing false information.
Right. Yeah.
True.
So, I mean, you definitely got to go try it yourself.
And it almost seems like you play a little bit of the influencer role as well.
Yeah.
Like with your life and things that you do.
Yeah, I mean, just because I've been doing this for so long, I've built my own following. I built like my own little community.
Yeah.
And some people have now been able to see like, maybe I want to be the person that's like always in front of the camera.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I want to thrive to be the person that creates the artists and not be the artists themselves.
Was that a hard change for you to make?
Yeah. Because, I mean, people still like expect me to be the life of the party,
For sure.
you know, and I've held that role for so long, and I did it so well that some people just can't unsee it.
Would you say you're not the life of the party anymore? You just like step back, or
I mean, I try to let my artists, you know,
True,
have that
yeah,
shine.
yeah.
For sure.
But when I am the life of the party, it's like more organic now.
Yeah.
I used to walk into the situation knowing like, hey, I'm about to walk in and turn the fuck up.
Yeah, I like
y'all
that.
gonna know my name before I leave.
For sure.
You know, so now it's like it's not that serious for y'all to know my name, but hey, you need to know Lil Stamp name, you need to know Alexa name, you need to know Cyrus name, you need to know Baby Boy name.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned Alexa because I mean, dude, I'm like always listening to her new shit, man. Like lately, I got on her as an artist. Like, I mean, I've kind of knew about her for a while, but we had another guest on the podcast and they mentioned her name, and I was like, damn, I wonder what's going on with her, you know. And then you went and checked her out on social media, and she's like popping right now, bro.
Yeah, popping like
traveling,
Chris.
dude, for real. Like literally traveling all over the country.
Yeah, we're going on tour next week.
Oh, really? No way. Where y'all going?
Like the Houston and Oklahoma market, like, you know.
That's
not
dope.
all the way West Coast, but that west side of the South.
Bro, nice. Houston is like a very
Houston's going on.
That's a really good like that's kind of like turning into like the mini Atlanta, like it's a little hub for rap as well.
Yeah, we're hitting the whole Texas. We're hitting the whole Texas market, Oklahoma. Yeah, we're gonna be going next week.
That's awesome, bro. Yep. Do you have a specific song by her that like stands out?
Yeah, my favorite is "Know My Name."
Oh yeah,
yeah.
She's got such a good voice, man.
I mean, people don't really know that I worked with her like before she ever like got to this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I met her before she even made her first song.
Oh, no way. That's crazy.
Yeah, we had trial and error, you know? Like we had our own trials and tribulations, like kind of going through the journey because she started with one style of music and now it's like totally different.
She has a song, Tit for Tat. Yeah. And dude, I cannot turn that motherfucker off, bro. It's so funny too, because it's kind of like a lot of these female like artists or rappers or whoever, it's like, it's kind of directed towards like a female audience sometimes. Like the lyrics in it, it's like I can't really like sing all the
lyrics. You can't pull up at a red light saying the things they say.
I mean, I gotta be going with her music, because I'm like that too. This isn't the first female artist I've worked with, and some of the female artists that I work with, I definitely can't deliver you know, the music. But with her, it's kind of different. Like I kind of can relate, you know, even from a male's perspective. Her music is it's bisexual.
Yeah, that's a strong quality. That's for sure.
Facts.
Strong quality for her.
So. I think it's cool too. You know, for her, like she's so kind of like open about certain things. You know, I think a lot of artists like have this ego and they kind of try to like play this character or play this role. But with you can tell she's like a very genuine artist, and she'll share like even the bad times of her life and stuff.
She's definitely vulnerable with her music
for sure. You got to respect it.
That's her safe space.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love Alexa, and I'm a fan of. Honestly, like all of my artists, I'm a fan of their music before I'm their manager, to be honest.
I feel like that makes you gotta manager. You gotta be like that, I feel like.
Yeah, like before the manager, like I'm a fan of their music.
Yeah.
And I listen to it, I dive into it. I watch them like day to day. So it makes me happy to see like them being able to tell their story like through the music.
For sure. Once an artist is signed to a label, how difficult is it for you to would it be like a co-sign type of thing where you guys can can two labels sign an artist at the same time, or once that artist kind of locked in, it's pretty much done?
No, I mean, depends on the level.
Okay.
So if like a major signs you can't sign to another major.
Okay.
But if it like a sub label signs you can still, get some type. It's a way to explain it. It's like if my label gets a joint venture with Atlantic.
Gotcha.
Then, I can get my artist signed to that major.
But once a major has it, it's pretty much...
over.
Okay, gotcha. Is that the goal for every label, to kind of grow to be a major
Yeah, see, the thing about
level?
me, I don't sign all of our artists to the label side of our company.
Okay.
We start out with developing. Then we work into marketing. Then we work into managing.
Yeah.
And then if it's a situation where it's just needed, then we can sign them. But our goal is to get them where they want to be.
Right.
Gotcha.
Not where we want them to be.
Have you ever had any artists that didn't really make it through the process where, maybe you guys did start investing in them and helping them develop and things?
Yeah.
And then it just kind of fell through?
Yeah, it happens.
What do you think the biggest result of that is? Just them not being serious about it, or maybe not?
Yeah, I mean, and it happens. I mean, sometimes, one thing that I tell artists when they work with me, I'm like, hey, by the time we get done with this development, you're going to know if you want to be an artist or not.
Facts.
Because this shit is real. A lot of people think they can just come in because they got talent. Talent really doesn't stand on shit.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's 90% business.
Yeah, you got to work.
Talent is just the icing on the, man, glad you got some talent.
Right.
And what's your like
Work ethic.
what's your work ethic?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your schedule like?
Yeah.
Are you able to delegate properly? Are you able to, make sure this person does this job, or are you trying to do everything and you really can't handle everything?
Facts.
Are you trying to keep the whole pot to yourself? Like, what's your morals?
I like that.
It's a lot of things that build up this whole thing that's called the artist.
Yeah.
Not just what the consumers hear.
Do you ever work with Nardo Wick? He's another like big name that comes from Jacksonville.
Man. That's my guy. And just shout out to his team, his dad, his mom. They're very instrumental to his career.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his mom is his manager.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my God,
Yeah.
dude, that's
A
dope.
lot of people don't know that, man. And shout out to Quan, because I think she needs that recognition. Not only just being his mom, but being a woman in music.
Yeah. Shout out
sure.
mamas.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I've done a lot with their camp. One of the biggest things were getting him locked in with the Jaguars.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That kind of went viral.
It did.
Just kind of getting him that on-field experience.
Mm-hmm.
We had the suite, got him down there to kind of meet some of the players. And I've done a lot of things on the other side, just getting shows, just being a plug.
Yeah.
Like, plugging him in with because he's just another one of those artists that came out of the city, and you can see, like, just from ground zero his journey.
For sure.
So he hit quick, though. He behind the scenes, what people didn't see, like him rapping way before Who Won't Smoke came out. I mean, a lot of people don't know the video that they seen. That was like the second video.
Oh.
Yeah, they had to like scratch the first one because it was just like too gutter.
Too much. Too much going on.
It's a lot of things that happen in these guys' career that just the mass don't really get to see.
For sure.
So it just takes it's like a kid. It takes a village to raise them.
Yeah. And I feel like,
raise them.
sometimes like when you're raised in a certain lifestyle or whatever it is, sometimes it's hard to like then get the money and switch to being like a little bit more professional. Not to say they're not professional to start, but obviously it's like if you want to hit that mass audience, right?
Yeah, that's the goal.
With Nardo, dude, I love how, first off, dude's got bars.
His sound. I love his sound.
His sound,
Man,
bro. It's like
speaking of, sorry to cut you
No,
off.
you're
But
good.
speaking of sound, because I'm a person, I like to, like I said earlier, knowledge is power.
yeah.
And I like to kind of put people in the game room sometimes because they're just not aware of what's going on. But speaking of Nardo's sound, his dad is his engineer.
No
That's
way.
crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out Pops too.
So he's really like his camp is like
Family.
family, bro.
Family.
That's crazy.
That's why it's so tight knit. And but yeah, man, his dad's name is Nardo as well. So shout out to Big Nardo.
That's
Big
dope.
Nardo.
He, I remember when they was telling me a story about just the Who Won't Smoke song. That's actually him putting the mic down to his foot and
No way.
No.
his dad placing it in the right. Yeah, I'm crazy.
That's
Dude,
awesome.
that's insane. Because that song is that song will forever be just a staple.
Was that on a wood floor? Had to have been a wood floor.
Had to have been.
So
Yeah, I think they were in the house, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They recorded that song in the house.
that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, shout out to Nardo, man, and this whole camp.
It's cool, dude. And you mentioned the Jaguars too. Like I see you always working with the Jaguars and doing
Yeah,
so
man.
many things like that.
Shout out to their marketing team pulled me in to basically just start helping them with the influencer campaigns, like getting different influencers to come to the game, and what that does is that shows the culture involved with the team,
For sure.
and that brings like a whole nother like feeling.
Yeah.
When like your favorite artist or your favorite local influencer like really rocks with the team, and it's not just football. Like
Yeah.
they're involved with the community
In the city, yeah.
Yeah. So that changes like the game. And this year we got some big plans.
Yeah, dude, it's dope. I see like a lot of the artists that go to the games now. I mean, not even just artists, but like, you'll see Mike Tyson at a game sometimes,
Yep.
like
Like you said, not just artists, like influencers. A lot of people like actors,
Yeah.
actresses. There's a lot of people from Jacksonville that the community doesn't even realize. One of the biggest people that people don't like notice from Jacksonville is Woody McClain.
no way.
Are you serious?
See what I mean? Like,
That's insane.
that's what I think. I think
What?
it's insane that people do not know. Like he's from
yeah.
Jacksonville. He's like the face of power.
Yeah.
He played in the New Edition movie as Bobby Brown. He actually played the lead Bobby Brown in his own movie.
That's wild.
I mean, his resume.
I had
is
no idea he was
crazy.
from Jacksonville. Yeah, I've seen him in so much stuff. That's crazy,
He's from
bro.
Duval County, man. He went to Lee High School.
That is nuts, bro.
And it's a lot of people. I think Chameleon, she's another person. She works with SOB now. I think she's another person to get looked over, and they don't realize that she's from Jacksonville. She just did a hit show with HBO Max, Issa Rae, rap shit. She has like a huge song called "Twerk for Me" that's been going for like the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, I heard that song. I was trying to think of what song it was where I found out about her. And dude, she's gonna be a star for sure. Like you see her, and she's also very good at like marketing herself as well.
For sure.
Like you see just a lot of the things. Like I've seen her on other podcasts before.
Yep.
No, that she's awesome. Would love to get her on the show one day. She's definitely doing her thing.
Well, I mean, we started at the top of the tree. We're going,
I love it, bro. I love
SOB
it.
and OG podcast.
Yes,
I know, for real.
It'll be like an X. Like SOB times the OG sessions.
Bro, that would be so dope. And I mean, dude, I'd have any of the artists that you have part of SOB, on here, dude. It's like, I mean, it is really cool when you kind of have the cosign of like all these artists that not just make great music, but are also just like, I mean,
hustling,
bro. That's the thing. Yeah.
I mean, that's what standing on business is.
I love it.
If you ain't standing on business, you ain't standing with us.
I love that. Good shit.
That was off the dome, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, bro definitely used to make music. I should just save that question. It just kept it in my pocket. No, that's dope, man. And but like on a personal side of everything, there's so much money involved with the culture as well. Do you think a lot of people maybe get into like creating a label or a music group for the money aspect?
Yeah, of course. I mean, my situation is just different. Like I was born in it.
Yeah.
Like my mom worked at the radio station. My dad owned the record label. It's like it was embedded in me.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of people do it for the money, man. I can't blame them because it showcased that like this music game could change your life
For sure.
especially financially.
Yeah.
It's like the only industry I know of that you can go to sleep broke and wake up a millionaire.
True. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of people do it for the money, to answer your question.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the music industry in Jacksonville? Like you were saying, like there's all these big names that come out, but I just feel like why aren't we in Atlanta? Like why? Like I feel like there's so much talent here. Why
The infrastructure.
What do you mean?
It's no it's no big platform to showcase artists out of Jacksonville, like in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
When they have to do major publications, they have to go to Atlanta, LA, New York. So the infrastructure of guiding the artists through their journey,
Like I feel like they have to leave Jacksonville to do anything.
and that's what we're trying to change right now.
Yeah.
I actually just had a meeting. Shout out to Think Bold. It's a music conference. It's actually deeper than music. It's a business and music conference that they do once a year. Troy McNair, who used to be with Def Jam, he's started this conference called Think Bold, and we just had a meeting a couple of days ago speaking on these type of things. So I don't want to give y'all too much, but just know a change is coming for sure.
I love that.
A change is coming.
We need it, I think.
Yeah, because that's a good point. There is so much talent in Jacksonville.
No, it is.
And Duval County being one of the like largest.
One of them
County.
is.
Yeah, it's the biggest county.
Oh, is it the actual biggest one?
No,
Okay,
it's the biggest city land-wise in the nation.
that's insane. I thought it was like top 5 or something. I didn't realize it was like actually.
And we're not pushing out
it's,
shit like
it's number
Yeah.
one.
Wow.
It's number one. It's the biggest city
And
land-wise.
it's cool too because like you can have a guy from obviously like the east side Jacksonville. You could have a dude that's on the west side or even like the north side. Like there's all a different sound.
those are all an hour away.
That's what I'm saying. It's like an hour drive, but also it's like the sound is different too. Like different like boroughs and like areas that are kind of in Jacksonville all have their like own sound. I like that a
For
lot.
sure. I mean, I'm originally from Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, word. Okay.
Yeah, I came out here to go to college, and I realized after being here for so long that Chicago people love Jacksonville artists.
Facts.
And Jacksonville artists like love Chicago artists, and I'll say that to say like you just never know what you're doing until you like. I tell people all the time it's about where you're at, not where you're from. Mm-hmm. So I don't even think the artists in Jacksonville realizes the different cadences and the different sounds that they're creating.
Yeah.
And how influential that could be from a global or national standpoint.
Right.
I like that a lot.
So I like that you can even point that out because most people can't. Not even the artists themselves.
I feel like people from Florida, you can spot them.
Man.
And like I'll be on a cruise, I see somebody just with the locks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, you're from Florida. You're from down the road.
For sure. I think it's the vernacular here. Like I hear people talk, and I'm like, dang, they gotta be from Florida.
Yeah,
For sure.
You know, with me not being from here, I've been here long enough to just realize like the dialogue, like bike.
yeah, I'm gonna be right, Mike.
Certain words just like, oh yeah, they definitely from Florida.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can even I'm like, you from Jacksonville?
Yeah, that's definitely
down, yeah.
that's how when we were in Nashville that happened to us.
Yeah, we ran into people from Jacksonville just
Yeah.
because like it's the vibe, bro.
We were sitting next to them at the bar, and they were just like two normal white folk, man. And we were just like talking to them, like, y'all are from fucking Jacksonville.
You sound like our neighbors.
You know, it's funny too. They actually did live for like pretty close.
like St. Augustine.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, it's insane, dude. And you can, it's definitely got like its own culture. So I like that you mentioned how you guys are trying to like build something here, and you know, kind of bring more people to the city.
No, we're about to do it, man. It's mandatory.
What outside of music? What are some of your interests? Like things that,
Man,
you know,
family.
for sure.
Like I'm a big spiritual person. I love to, just kind of ground myself, keep time with the universe. To be honest, Earth, nature.
I like that.
I love water.
Me
Oh,
too,
yeah.
man. I love being by
I
the
love
water.
being on the water. I landed here yesterday. And we went straight to the boat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
You like
we just
fishing?
No, I haven't really fished yet.
I'll take you.
I'll take you up on that offer.
Yeah, this is like the king, bro. If you're trying to learn anything about
If you want to catch a fish, we'll catch fish.
yeah, multiple.
I've actually never been fishing.
Really?
Never.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, let's go fishing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure people fish in Chicago, but not in my neighborhood.
It's better.
It's definitely there's like no better feeling than like eating what you catch too. Like if you're fishing in the right spot, like dude, you
Being
get
able
such
to
good
provide,
food.
you know?
Hey man, that's my
Yeah.
life. As being a manager, I only eat what I kill.
There, yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
You got a lot of one-liners.
I know he's good with that, man.
Let's go viral.
No, it's cool, man. Shout out to you. I think I just there's so many different aspects of Jacksonville where like we definitely could use that boost, but there's so much opportunity there too. You know, I couldn't imagine being an artist from like like some of these places. Just even in like St. Augustine, it's still like close to Jacksonville, but there's like a ton of small cities, like and especially as you get more inland in Florida, where it would be so difficult to try to like build something there, like whether it's a music group or whatever. I think Jacksonville has a huge amount of opportunity. And if the Jaguars start doing good, bro, I mean, it's pretty much a lock, dude.
Yeah.
That's-
It's worked every year. Every year I've realized when the Jags do good,
Everything
the
else.
city does good.
Yeah.
business is booming, bro.
And business is motherfucking booming.
Because with like cities like we mentioned, Atlanta or LA or New York or whatever, it's like they've got 5 major sports teams or like 7 major, just these crazy. I mean, most of them have like 2 NFL teams, and so it's like for them, you can kind of like, there's a little bit of room for like, okay, if the Giants suck, you've still got like 5 other teams, whether it's MLB or NBA or whatever, that can then go and like do
Boost
well.
your city. Yeah.
But with Jacksonville, bro, it's like,
We got the Jags.
you got the Jags, baby. And I love it, man. I think we're in an era right now where we're really starting to like get some structure with our team.
Nah,
and,
man,
and
it's gonna happen. I think every dog has their day.
yeah, facts.
It's gonna happen though, man. I think it's just like a recycling thing. Once you hit it, it takes a while to hit it again.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta like hold on to it as long as you can when you find that niche. Mm-hmm. And I think it's gonna happen because I've been told recently that Jacksonville used to have a music scene.
Really?
I'm gonna give y'all some free game. Not even a game. It's just like some, what would you call it? History. A history lesson. The OG session, Yuall The Plugg history lesson. Do you know the song Tootsie Roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Let me see your Tootsie Roll.
Those guys are from Jacksonville.
No way.
What?
The 69 Boys.
69 Boys. Yep, that's
from Jacksonville.
crazy.
That's
boy.
insane.
Yeah.
Was that a one hit?
No, they got other ones. I'm just not too familiar
Yeah.
with it back in the day. But
That's crazy.
That is nuts. So they made that song in Jacksonville. Like they didn't try to go to a different city or whatever. Like they're from Jacksonville. That's like where they're.
My mama loves that song. I remember being a kid. She was jamming
So
that
y'all
shit.
know like the popular dance in Jacksonville, like the whoop.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually just learned about this like a couple weeks ago.
From
Yeah.
Lil Duval.
Yeah.
All right. Think about the end of the song. It says, let me see, woo, woo.
No
They talk about
way.
the
That's
dance.
crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah, so a lot of people just don't know. It's history here, man. We just gotta, and that's what I mean. It's not enough platforms to showcase that shit.
Yeah, it's not on the
It don't
map.
have to be like podcasts. It could just be like any type of. It could be somebody starting like a network and just putting out, the history of Jacksonville. It's like so many different things that other cities creatively exploit that we haven't really got to yet. But I feel like timing is everything. So we got artists like Osiris and Nardo and Spot 'em Got 'em and Chameleon and it's so many more. I don't want to miss anybody, but we're starting to build that empire where now I think if we get like a strong 10, then we can really like muscle it up and start showing people, this is the culture out here in Duval.
For sure.
And another thing, people don't realize Duval County is Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
When I'm in LA and other places, it's crazy, man. The misconstrued shit that goes on and just the communication is like, oh, little Duval really from Jacksonville? I'm like, yeah. Little Duval.
What do you think Duval
Duval
is?
County.
Yeah.
Oh, when people saying Duval, that's in Jack. I'm like, oh man,
Come on now.
it's crazy the misconception.
That is a good point. Yeah, I didn't really think about that. Like, if you're not from Jacksonville, like, how are you going to
Nobody knows
put
what
those two
Duval
together?
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Unless you go to a game where the Jags are playing and you kind of like learn pretty quickly. Okay, this is clearly
and people ain't paying attention to them unless they winning. So
Yeah.
facts.
People are hating on us unless we're winning.
Yeah.
Not even not paying attention. They're hating on us.
So,
I like that though. It's like
it all plays hand in hand. So that's why we gotta like work together, and get it going.
Is there something that you tell like all your artists that is just kind of like a general thing, like when they're trying to grow as an artist or trying to build their music?
This ain't for everybody. This ain't for everybody.
Facts.
So there ain't no guarantees. The only thing you guaranteed is a loss.
Facts.
That's the only
It's
thing.
going to happen at some point.
Yeah. So consistency. I mean, just the same cliche shit.
Yeah.
Just if you're really gonna do it, you get what you put in.
Do you think if anyone works hard enough that they could be maybe not a
You gotta
rapper,
have the talent.
but like, okay, you gotta have the talent. Okay, so I'm sitting here. I'm like, you think if you think
don't?
If me
You
and
say
Joey,
you don't?
I mean, it's my opinion is you don't. Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that's made it, and I just don't really fuck with their music.
Okay, so like, let's say, I have the work ethic, right? But my voice cracks sometimes just when I'm talking to Nick.
So practice.
Facts.
Figure out how to not make your voice crack.
All right, I got the work ethic. I'm gonna practice.
Brother, hey,
Exactly.
rap career.
I'm about to be a rapper.
Hey, you're gonna be called SOB's gonna be calling us very soon, brother. Okay, lock us in early because we got that motherfucking work ethic. I'll tell you right now.
Nick always tries to freestyle, or no, he does freestyle sometimes, and then he'll always ask me to do it, and I'll think for 30 minutes. I'll get one bar. It's so
The young OGs.
Yeah, for real. We had a guest on sometime last season or whatever. They were asking us, what were they saying? They were like, if you guys were to have a rapper, what would your name be? And at the time, we both loved going to Buc-ee's, like the gas station, which is such a like just a white thing.
he's not making it good for us.
I know. Like we'll be the Bucky boys.
The Bucky boys. They got good sandwiches over there, man.
They do. That brisket is insane.
My girl loves that fucking place. It's like she stops there. She makes us have to get gas, like at a certain knowledge point.
You better go get something when you leave here. And
It's
bring
like
us up.
oh, we're driving out of town. Oh, we need gas. Oh, there's a Bucky.
Yep.
Oh, we don't even. We were going down to the car show in Daytona a couple years back, and we didn't even need gas. We're like, let's just stop at Buc-ee's.
Let's just
real
go.
quick.
We
Yeah,
haven't
take a
been to
picture with
this
the
Buc-ee's.
mascot and shit. It's like a whole it's like its own little theme park in
Yeah.
there, dude. I love it. But no, you guys want to jump into me and Joey's new segment, Just the Tip?
Let's do it. Just
All
a
right,
tip.
ladies and gentlemen, this is Just the Tip.
So just the tip. It's a new segment, like you said. We just any random tip that you have for anybody. It doesn't have to be for your like area of expertise. It can just be like a man-to-man tip. It can be it can be whatever tip you want. It's just the tip.
Communication is always key.
There it is.
Communication solves issues.
Yeah, no, communication, especially. Yeah, no, I mean, we communicate probably a little too much. But no, it's for sure. I think so many things can be misunderstood. That's a huge one too. And I mean, there's been situations that happened today where miscommunication was a huge thing, and you're just like, that's a good one for sure.
Time value. I can keep them coming.
Give me one more. Give me one more.
Excuses are tools of incompetence that builds monuments of nothingness, and those who specialize in them seldom do well in anything.
Did you write that? Holy shit! I feel like a better man.
Yeah, no, same. Have you ever thought about writing a book?
Yeah, I just
On a serious note.
I just want to get more power, more
For sure.
knowledge, more knowledge of where I am in life. But I already know like what I want to do after it's all said and done.
What is it?
Like some type of counseling or like therapist. Like I'll probably end up going back to school like for like political science or something like that to understand the people more.
Wow.
I feel like I understand like women and relationships like to a higher point than most do, to be honest.
That's dope. Yeah,
because I failed at so many.
You gotta learn
we
somehow.
spoke about it like trials and tribulations, bro. That's where you learn your biggest things.
I was seeing what y'all gonna catch that one. Yeah.
And sometimes it's always, sometimes it's like, it's not always like you failed at it or whatever, but like not everyone's made to work together, you know? I mean,
sure.
even with like artist development and like managers and things like that, you hear about that all the time, bro, where, the manager just wasn't, taking the artist seriously, or they took advantage of that artist when they were younger.
I tell people all the time, I wouldn't assume you guys to be a product of this, but the music industry is worse than the streets.
Yeah, that's just dangerous.
I could definitely see that because, I mean, especially with some of the beefs that go down. I mean, we just had a huge, couple guys that have been beefing from Jacksonville.
Yeah, for sure.
What was it? Fulio and Young and Ace. And I guess they've just been going back and forth for so long now, and it's like certain things like that, which I think that's more of like street beef too. Probably like started deeper than the music thing, but once it gets into the music and now they're talking about it through their lyrics and things like that, I think that it spreads into like people kind of idolize that lifestyle, if that makes sense. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong. People can live their lives however they want to, but it's just kind of, it's such a violent. It kind of attaches this like violent like outlook on rap or hip hop, you know?
I mean, when I say it's worse than the streets, I don't even mean from like a violent standpoint. It makes you want to get violent with certain people that you possibly can't get violent with, because if you get fucked or screwed over by a company because you signed a contract, it
could end your career.
It'll do some things to you mentally that you probably want to handle it a certain way, but it's not the streets.
Yeah.
Like you can't go run down the music exec.
Can't send no ops to go handle nothing.
Yeah, he's on the 50th floor in the building in New York.
Right.
That's like hella secure.
Yeah.
He's not. You can't even get like hands on this guy.
Yeah.
You know.
And then when you really think about it, it's kind of like your fault. You signed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. True.
But he knew that you were signing it.
But I think that like just circles back too about just having the knowledge, bro, of like what you're getting yourself into, and
that's why I say it's worse in the streets.
Yeah,
because your OGs in the streets may teach you like how to maneuver, how to move, what's the right thing to do, how to keep yourself, But it ain't too many OGs when you want to be in the music industry.
Yeah. Facts. Do you believe in the whole like checking in thing whenever people go to like different cities and stuff like that, or do you think that's kind of just like talk?
I mean, I think it's a way to check in. I don't think it's like a street check-in. I think it's like, hey, people check in with me all the time when they come to Jacksonville.
Really?
Okay,
but not like from a streets perspective. Just like, hey, bro, like, what is there to do here?
Yeah.
Where should I go? So you don't go in the wrong places.
Sure.
So you don't link up with the wrong people.
Yeah.
So I think people just, perceive that the wrong way. I think people say, oh, you got to check in when you come here. I would be like, hey, you should check in when you come here.
Yeah,
you should want to check in when you come here.
Yeah.
Because why would you go put yourself in a situation that by checking in with the right person could avoid?
Mm-hmm. For sure. Would you ever sign an artist or work with an artist that's not from Jacksonville? Or do you like to keep, I didn't know if you were trying to keep like your network like in Jacksonville or whatever.
I mean, I would love to see Jacksonville, thrive to another level, but I'm not from Jacksonville, and Jacksonville has accepted me, that's why I love the city.
For sure.
But most definitely I would work with talent outside of Jacksonville. I've worked with some of the biggest, just people don't really, it's not. I mean, if you kind of go really dig in my Instagram and if you really go do some research on Twitter and Facebook and MySpace and shit, I work with a lot of people, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Like, a lot.
And what is the, I guess you already mentioned it earlier, like the goal for the eventual like goal, I guess, is just to have a shit ton of artists signed to the label and where you're also like developing as many people as possible, right?
I mean, my goal would be to get a joint venture with one of the majors, to have that infrastructure where I can have the signing power to say, hey, I think this person is perfect for Sony or Universal or Warner. You know, that'll be my goal, and to be able just to say that I built an empire that employs and teaches and molds. Like I want to be able to, you know, touch the kids at one point, to, you know, have them in a structure. If you want to be a manager, or if you want to be even like a security guard, if you want to start a podcast, like teaching them the right way to do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, my goals are endless. It never stops, and I feel like if it's that way, then you never stop.
I like that.
Yeah.
Don't forget your just a tip.
Oh, okay, you want me? Oh, that's right. Just a tip.
We got to
Okay.
finish that segment.
I totally forgot. We got so deep with
My
that.
bad, my
No,
bad.
no, perfect. I love when
That
they
was
go
great.
like
That's how
that.
it's supposed to go.
Just means we're having a great conversation, boys. No, my just a tip. So I don't know if anyone really knows about this. Okay, so it's kind of a secret. So, you know, everyone kind of hold the applause, buckle in. In a car, there's this thing by a steering wheel. It's like a little stick or whatever, and if you flick it up or down, it'll tell people where, if you're merging or if you're turning a certain way. It's called a blinker. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of it before.
Some people even call them indicators.
Indicators. And if you're really sophisticated, you call it an indicator. But no, pretty much our entire drive back to the studio today, getting cut off by people. I mean, it's like, shit,
You
it sucks.
funny. I'm
he's in best. He turned and everything. He's like, what?
I'm looking at you like,
It's like an
what?
indicator. He's like, never heard of it.
Yeah, up and down, like that's the blinker.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you just teach me something I don't know?
No, it's funny, bro. Like on the way here, I mean, sometimes like Jacksonville drivers are obviously the worst. I feel like sometimes, but on the way here, it was
Can't drive.
can't drive at all. No, but on the way here, man, it was like so many, especially like the way to get to the studio. It's like so nice if you don't have to like wait for somebody to actually make the turn. Because if you're trying to merge out onto a road, you don't have to wait for them to make the turn. You can see they have their blinker on. They're going to be turning before they get to you. And bro, it was just like, I don't know, that shit pissed me off. I knew I was making that my just a tip. Like as soon as I pulled up to the studio,
So your tip is use your blinker.
use a blinker.
Okay.
Please use the blinker. I mean, I know for me, like there's times where if I'm like trying to eat while I drive or do something or whatever, I might not be the quickest to the blinker. But I mean, it just seems like right now, it's like, is this a trend? Let's not use our fucking blinker.
I think it's a Jacksonville thing. People can't drive.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So if you're not in Jacksonville, let us know if they're just as bad wherever.
And still use your blinker.
Yeah, no, but definitely still use a blinker.
My just the tip is turn losses into lessons. Make those L's different. It's not a loss. Make sure you learn a lesson.
I like that.
I try to, like, anything, if I ever, like, something goes wrong, like, yeah, I lost, but, like, what can I do better to make it not happen again?
That's a really good one. God, I need to change mine. Okay, so my just a tip, my new just a tip is going to be consistency is key.
Come on now, that's so cliche.
For us, well, I know there's so many things that's off the dome too. You know, what I'm
Okay,
saying?
talk to him.
No prep with that.
He didn't just say that 2 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
It's like 3 minutes.
Yeah, hey, come on now, give me some credit. No, but I mean, I know for us, like episode 104, I'm obviously I never thought there'd be a point where we'd be at triple digits, period. And here we
That's
are, 104,
consistency.
and
congratulations.
Obviously,
Appreciate
bro.
you.
Appreciate that. Yeah, it definitely. It's been years at this point, but it's allowed us and opened the doors for us to now talk to so many people like yourself, obviously, where people don't really give a fuck when you're at 9 episodes if you ask them to come be a guest on your show. But I think once you get that cosign of so many different guests and so many like different dogs, it kind of definitely helps. And the only way you can do that is through being consistent and just keep promoting. So
Keep pushing.
no, man. So I really appreciate you coming on the show. Do you have anything else, Joey?
No, I just want to say thank you for coming out. It was a great conversation. I think we had a
So
great
much
time.
free game,
I
bro.
know, yeah.
So all the audience that have been listening to this, let's let them know where they can follow you.
Everywhere. Yuall The Plugg. YUA 2 L's The Plug
Perfect,
with
bro.
2 G's.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yuall The Plugg, not Yahoo.
Yeah.
I know I kept fucking up on that before. We'll drop a blooper video.
Now you all. Yeah. Most people like, hey, what up, you all?
Nah.
What?
It's because you're from Chicago.
I'm like, you all who?
That's funny. I didn't even think about that. Like, you all,
You all,
because it's like
yeah.
nowadays, like, or just y'all. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like that's what it.
Oh,
That's so funny.
I get it all.
That's
You all.
funny,
I
bro.
get it all. It's crazy.
And then does SOB Music Group? Is there like a specific area where they can go and follow that? You guys have like a page or anything?
SOBM Group.
Perfect.
Yeah, make sure you follow us. Make sure you follow all of our artists. just keep up with the campaign. You know, we're not just doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for the city.
And obviously, everyone listening to this podcast know me and Joe are so picky about the guests that we have on the show. We like to have people on here who are actually doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you can talk the talk. And we have had guests on in the past as part of, you know, back to the trials and tribulations thing. It's like we have had guests on there before where it's like they don't actually really do it. They're just like talking the talk and whatever. But, I mean, dude, you have so much experience in this game, and I appreciate you coming here and, like, sharing so much knowledge.
Co-sign what you just said. I tell people all the time, man, I don't fuck with triers.
Facts.
I only fuck with doers.
There it is.
Yes, sir.
Anybody
I love
can
it.
Try, man. Let's do it.
God, if these people don't have a notepad out,
I was just saying,
we
you have
gotta-
a book where you have all these one-liners.
That's what I'm
just
saying, bro.
bang,
He needs
bang,
to just
bang, bang.
write a fucking book. That's the thing. It's
That's
just-
your book, one-liners.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
No, I think that also comes back with just being an artist first. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
for
like
sure.
you're always kind of thinking about how you can mix and match words and like just think of things a different way.
Like, that's my creative space. That's my creative space, man. Doing things like this. This is how I get my bars off.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate it for
And
real.
you're rocking it.
And no, definitely can't wait for the next conversation, man. All the OGs that have been listening to this episode, make sure you guys subscribe, like this video, comment your favorite part of this episode. If you're listening on streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, well, Google, wherever, Amazon Music, make sure you give us that 5-star rating, baby.
And share it with your auntie and uncle.
Share it with your
cousin,
auntie, uncle,
mama.
cousin, everyone.
Yeah, with your girl.
With your girl.
Definitely share it with the girl. No, but then last thing, Patreon. If you guys want more bonus content, secret sessions, you know, we've got so much cool things over on our Patreon. So that's going to be patreon.com/OG sessions. Shout out
Like
to
OnlyFans.
pretty much.
yeah, same
honestly. So, hey, you never know. You might get.
That's the couch right there.
I had this girl sitting here the whole time, but you can't see unless
Yeah.
you subscribe to their Patreon.
Talk to him. There it is.
Ooh, y'all heard him. Y'all heard him.
That's our new ad.
No, all
But you got to spend the money on the Patreon and have a little fun on.
Man, we gotta get him to our Patreon after now on, bro. No, definitely clipping that one up for socials. We were talking about ads at the beginning of this thing. I think we got like
We got 3 of 'em.
Yeah, exactly. No, you guys already know exclusive content on Patreon.
Yes, sir.
No, so no, shout out to all the certified OGs that are on our Patreon, man. They already know that the episodes on there are even better than these, man. So once again, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Really appreciate
y'all, man.
you and sharing all the free game. It was a really good time.
Yes, sir.
OGs, until next week, y'all, we are out.
Peace.